gas roller. Find yourself on top of a hill.
Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. We're going to be taking a look at Chronicles, War for Indagar. We're going to be doing a playthrough of this game. Now, normally this is a 4x player game that you're going to be playing against other players, but they also have a solo mode. In the solo mode, you're going to play single player against the 4 different monsters that are found inside this game, where you actually have to gain 10 victory points before the time limit runs out. The solo mode uses all the same rules as the normal game. We're going to go ahead and select a faction, we're going to get our heroes and our commanders, and then we're going to go ahead and set everything up. So let's go ahead and get Chronicles War for Indagar set up and ready to go. Now we have to go ahead and choose our faction. I've gone ahead and chose Arkland. Arkland is an awesome faction. I'm really excited about this faction. This is one of my favorites. They're basically kind of a balanced faction in all different ways. And as you look at their board, there's many different things we need to look at. The first part up here is where we're going to put our heroes when we decide which ones to use. The next thing is our stockpile. In this game, we're going to be gaining resources. And the type of resources we can get are gold, lumber, or spirit. Now, we also can get experience, which are found by these white cubes, but I don't think we're going to keep them here. We're going to put them more on the cards to show how well our characters are doing. The other resources look like this. They're all different colored cubes, representing each different type of resource. So as we gain them, we're just going to hold on to them, and then we're going to use them to fire off special abilities or build things or anything else we need them for. Now right down here are our strategies. We're going to go over these really quick, but I want to tell you that each faction does have its own set of unique strategies, so they all play totally different. So being able to play this game multiple times will show you different ways of playing and also different ways of maybe winning based on how your team fights and how it actually goes through the game and what you even uncover while playing it. So the replay in this value is pretty big. So if we look down here, there's the strategies. You're going to choose a strategy each turn, and you're going to decide what is going to be best for what you're planning to do for that turn. And you can only do what's in your strategy when you pick it. For example, we've got defensive country. While in play, all friendly heroes have +1 defend. Heroes occupying an outpost may also reroll 1 die when defending. So for example, if you think you're about to be attacked, this might be the one to maybe use. Victory for Arkland, for example, while in play, all friendly heroes have +1 attack. Additionally, a hero receiving flanking bonus receive a reroll of 1 attack die. So this is more of a combat one. So each time you're going to choose which type of strategy you're going to want based on what you're planning to do for the turn. Now on top of that, you have special abilities that these different factions can have. Now you have to pay these resource costs, and then you gain this ability for that turn. So as long as you have the resources to be able to buy these things, you can play these special abilities to help you in your different strategies. When you decide what strategy you're going to use, you're just going to place that chosen strategy there on your strategy board so you know which one you have. Now let's take a look at the heroes I have chosen. We are going to use Fabian Paquin, the Unbreakable. He's fantastic. We're going to put him right there. Then we've got this guy, Mathis Durfrens. I'm terrible at names, I apologize. We're just going to call him the Bright Lord. He's going to go right there. And then lastly, we have Ariana Almond. She's our Lady of the Flame. Now she's going to take the gold area here. So she's going to be the commander. And that means she's going to be able to use her command abilities. Our other 2 characters are not going to get to be able to use their command abilities because they're not our commander of our factions. So see how you can use different players in different places and have a whole new different set of skills here. So she's going to get Flames of Wrath. All friendly heroes do +1 damage and ignore 1 damage. So that's going to be really good. We're going to put her right up there. Now let's take a look at one of these more in depth. So again, we're going to look at our Lady of Flame. She's one of my favorites. Up here are her basic stats, her speed, her attack, her defense, and also her durability. She gets charge, which is a way that she can continue moving after she fights. You'll see how that goes during the playthrough. Also, she has a basic ability that says Wake of Fire. The arrow shows that this ability is always available, which means she can use it at any time on any player's turn. So if you are playing with multiple players, she could do this at any time on somebody's turn. So it's a really good power. This one, on the other hand, is a passive ability, which means it's always active. Down below, we have our special abilities. And again, you have to pay the resource cost to activate these abilities, but once active, you can go ahead and use them. Up here is our experience tracker. As we defeat monsters or do other things in the game that gain us experience, we're going to go ahead and put these white cubes right up here. And after we get to one of the Roman numerals, we're going to be removing all the cubes and gaining some extra bonuses down over here, showing that our characters are leveling up. Now, each of these characters come with their own miniature that we're going to put on the board. Here's Ariana's, for example. I've gone ahead and painted them all up. she's going to be our commander. So she's riding this horse. It looks really awesome. These models are really cool. So I've gone ahead and got her all set. We're going to get her there. I've also got our unbreakable guy. He's right here. He is ready to go. We also have the Bright Lord. He is also ready to go. He is right there. He's in his shiny steed, and he's got his awesome little shield on his back. These miniatures are really kind of cool. I like them. And up here, this is going to be our turn marker and whether or not we win the game. Now, we have to get up to 10 before the time limit runs out. That is going to be our plan. There's a couple more things we have to take care of before we're all set to go. Number one, we have to put our turn marker up here on our turn track. And then also, our commander gets a defense token, which is going to be awesome. So she gets to roll an extra defense die. Now, on top of that, we do get some starting resources. We get 2 lumber, 2 ore, and 3 gold. We're going to put those right here in our stockpile. Now, that is the end of setting up our hero boards, and I think we're going to be ready to take on War for Indagar. Now that we got our heroes all set up, let's go ahead and get the board set up. Now, when we create this map, it's going to be totally random. So each one of these tiles is going to have a completely different thing on the back, and they're going to act differently in the game. Now, if you can see, there is absolutely a ton of these tiles. You don't use all of them all the time. So every time you play this game, this map is going to be totally different, which is going to be pretty awesome. Now, there is a set number of what we're supposed to be using, so we're going to get those out. Now, we're going to go ahead and get our board set up. So we got our resource tiles. We have ore, we also have lumber, and we have gold. So we're going to go ahead and set these out exactly how we're supposed to. Now, of course, when you play the game, you're going to set up your starting area exactly the same. So it's going to look like that. So we are going to start here. Now we're going to take the rest of these tiles. There's going to be a whole ton of them, and we're going to place them exactly how they tell us on the board. And through the power of editing, we have our map down there. Now, of course, we don't know where any of these things are, except we do have our starting area. Now, we also get to put down the Well of Power. That's going to go right in the middle. The Well of Power is going to be awesome. It has its own resource that we're going to be gaining. Now, in our solo game, we're going to be fighting against monsters. So we're going to put down 4 more tiles along the side here. These tiles are going to represent where the monsters are coming from. And we're not actually able to ever reveal these tiles, so they're going to be just on the outsides. So in the solo game, we're going to be fighting against the monsters. There are 4 of them right here. So we're going to place these out on the board, and they're going to go in their starting home area. So I'm not exactly sure which ones we're going to fight when, but we're just going to go ahead and put them down and hope that things don't go too badly for us. Now that we have our monsters placed, we're going to go ahead and place our guys. We're going to place them in our deployment zone, which is these 3 places here. I'm going to put one there, one guy here, and one guy there. With everything set up on the board, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these monsters. Let's look at one of our monsters. This is a Helgoth. He looks like, I don't know, a horse guy with a big giant axe, like a centaur gone bad. So he's got some speed, attack, defense, and he also has some of his health right there. Now, here it tells us how our monster is going to react, and it says that Targoth seeks to burn outposts to the ground. He will target the closest outpost belonging to the player who has the most outposts in play. Well, that's obviously going to be me. Each time Helgoth attacks the target outpost but fails to destroy it, plays a level up token on him, giving him +1 to attack. So he's going to become stronger unless he's able to actually take down an outpost. When Helgoth destroys an outpost, take the outpost and place it on his card. It is no longer available, so he's going to actually take my outpost from me. You can build outposts in this game, and they're going to be able to gain you resource and defense when they're on the board. So anytime he has 10 outposts on his card, we lose. Let's just hope that doesn't happen. Now, Helgoth does deal 2 minimum damage to an outpost when he attacks. You're going to see how all that works during the playthrough. Now, down here, these are how he levels up. He's going to level up as the game progresses. He's going to become stronger. And that's based on our turn marker that I'll take a look at now. So as we progress through our game, you're going to see they start with no extra, but here are some skulls. Those are going to correlate with the skulls down here. So if we're into round 8, he's going to be using his extra abilities down here that says Helgoth has 3 extra defense and does 4 damage to outposts minimum. So it's going to be a lot harder to defeat these monsters as they go up. Now, when you do actually defeat a monster, they don't disappear. They're going to go into what's called retreat, and they're going to come back. So you get to keep on fighting these monsters over and over until we can get up to 10 victory points. Or, of course, we fail in the amount of time we have. And that's the setup for War for Indagar. We're going to be able to try to hopefully stop these monsters and gain some victory points so we can actually win. We'll see how this goes. Now, I'll tell you right now, I am not an expert at these type of games. I'm actually really bad at them. So we're going to hopefully get through this game. And if I do make any errors, please let me know. I'd love to hear from everyone in the comments below. Are you excited to see if I'm able to make it through War for Indagar? Or do you think our monsters are going to take us down? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit the like. Don't forget the bell symbol, and you'll know when our War for Indagar playthroughs begins. So does the Arkland faction have what it takes to win War for Indagar? To find out, I need you to meet me at the table.